Okay, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to a brand new episode of Energized.
Welcome back, guys. If you're new to the Energized podcast,
Welcome.
and if you're a returning Energized listener,
Welcome back.
Barry, it's been a great week. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
Yeah, very, very, very good news for us. I think we're going down to Cork in February.
Yeah, that's very, very true, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so we've been invited down to FightCon in Cork in February. So,
Yeah.
if you want any more deets on it, check out. We announced on the MMA show a special guest for down there, so check it out.
Yeah, that's true. It's an MMA event. It's going to be going on was it February 29th?
I think so.
The leap year.
Yeah, the leap year.
The day of the leap.
Very leapy.
Yeah, it's going to be a big occasion for yourself and Ross. We're going to be doing like a live podcast at that bubble. Like, we'll know more of the details once we get there. Funky Ben Askren's going to be there as well. So
What a guy.
That could be funky.
So this is actually the football show, just in case you didn't know. But
What type of football? You're wearing like an Oakland Raiders top.
I know, yeah.
Ross
Hard Knocks.
Ross
Hard
watched
Knocks.
one episode of Hard Knocks, and he's like, call me Antonio Caldwell.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be a tight end, I think, if I was playing American football. What position would you be?
I'll be the kicker.
Solid, man.
Yeah. Okay, lads, ladies and gents. On today's football show, we're going to be discussing stuff that broke the internet last week. All this racism that's going down, especially aimed towards Paul Pogba. Myself and Ross did sort of think, should we or shouldn't we sort of talk about this? But on the Enjoy show, we're basically all a family here, and we want to know.
Discuss the controversial stuff.
Yeah, why not? Like, I mean, and so if there's anyone, we're not here to hurt anyone's feelings, bar the people that are being racist. But we're going to discuss that, and then we're going to discuss all the football action, and then we're going to make our predictions at the end of the show on this week's football. But if you didn't know, now you'll know. Paul Pogba missed a penalty for Manchester United last week and got torn to bits online on the internet for missing the penalty, and he was just racially abused to the max. So many United footballers came out after supporting him, saying here, like,
Stomp out racism.
Yeah.
You know what actually came very heavily under criticism? The actual social media platforms themselves, that they don't do anything, or they don't do enough to actually stamp out the racism.
Yeah.
And
I find Twitter is a very, very toxic place.
Oh, like the stuff that's said to people on Twitter is absolutely frightening.
Yeah. Well, not to us, because like our Twitter is absolutely irrelevant. But I mean, like,
Yeah, it's absolutely blatant. If you want, you can click onto our Twitter and see what I said 2 years ago.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
inactive.
yeah.
But
tumbleweed.
yeah, if you want to hear us, you can get on the gram.
Yeah, go onto Instagram
Yeah.
if you want to check out our stuff. Yeah.
But look, Marcus Rashford missed a penalty this week, and the first thing people did was search the hashtag Marcus or hashtag Rashford, and some of the stuff was being said there was frightening again. Like, but last week Paul Pogba missed a penalty, and this week Marcus Rashford missed a penalty. Like, the N word was being used as if it was hello. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people were actually doing it off profiles with their picture in it as well.
Were they?
Yeah. People. It wasn't like X47WH.
It wasn't like an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, what's wrong with these people? Like,
Yeah.
first of all, what would you have said if he scored? You would have went, Rashford, Pogba, I love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where the problem is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Pogba, right? So Pogba, he's so like out there, and he does a little like shuttle to hit the penalty, and then like all his clothes, and he's dabbing, and like Man United is such a huge team that you're gonna get haters. I mean, the way it is in sports, you're gonna get people who hate you if you're in the opposite team.
Like, realistically, when Paul Pogba lines up against Crystal Palace, or last week we played Wolves, he probably has more Instagram followers than the other 11 combined. You know what I mean? Like, he's like
Probably,
the biggest personality in the Premier League by a long one.
Yeah. And then even the way he made innuendos in the summer, being like, "Oh, I want to try something new," all this sort of stuff, you can piss off your own fans.
Yeah.
So, but then getting that abuse, and then if you look at Rashford, who's just purely Manchester United, and he's getting the same abuse, maybe
He's
not to
from
the same level.
Manchester as well.
Yeah, maybe he's not getting the same level, but he's still getting it. It's just like, how is this still a thing? People are saying that you should have to show a passport picture, and then in order to make your profile. But the weird thing is about it, right? If Kevin Durant, he's a basketballer. He now plays for the Brooklyn Nets, but he used to be in the Golden State Warriors, and he made fake Twitter profile Twitter accounts, and he was like, whoever was slagging him playing for the Golden State Warriors, he could then message them off a fake account, being like,
Kevin Durant's the man.
yeah, stuff like that. So
I saw that, and it seemed like being like one of the top 3 or 4 basketball players in the league. Like, it seemed very sad.
yeah, well, yeah, but
But
these
like,
lads
it
have
just shows how
feelings
much
too.
it affects them.
Yeah. But that's the thing about it. Like, this could be anyone that's attacking Paul Pogba. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing about it. It could be your next door neighbour could be sitting there writing racist tweets about Paul Pogba and you don't know about
Exactly. People are just hating him. Like, I mean, like other footballers that are known for getting racially abused, like Raheem Sterling is probably one of the best players in the league right now. Malcolm, who just moved from Barcelona over to Zenit, I think it was one of the teams in Russia anyway, and they're like, leave our club, we don't like foreign black people there. And then Mario Balotelli, another person who like got racially abused as well.
I do find it quite bad that there's racism in English football, and I find it even more bemusing that there's racism in English football towards English players, because I'm like, when he scores for England, you cheer for him. You know what I mean? Like, when I lived in England for a short while, I remember I was at Man United were playing Chelsea in the FA Cup final, right? And I was sitting there, and like, this fella was like effing and blinding Jesse Lingard, and he was absolutely slating him. I was like, you're gonna be cheering for him in 3 months in the World Cup, and that's what's it. And he goes, I know, yeah, but I fucking hate him today. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like, it's strange how, I don't even want to call it passionate, how much hatred people have towards a footballer when, like, all they're doing is playing football. I can sort of understand if someone really doesn't like Paul Pogba. I can understand that you don't like what he stands for, you know what I mean? But some of these footballers, like Marcus Rashford, does nothing wrong, if you know what I mean. Like, he doesn't do anything too flash. He doesn't, you know, put up on Instagram as Gucci runners every day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He seems like a nice lad. It's
almost as if these people, or if you want to come to them as fans, they almost hate certain players more than they actually enjoy their own team.
Oh, they're more so like football haters than football fans.
Yeah.
And that's what they seem to be. It's just not good for the sport. And it's
terrible
crazy,
for the sport.
It was crazy to think that it's like the most funded sport in the world, and that's what you have out of it. I suppose if you look at the rugby is like, you go to the games and the fans are so cordial towards one another. You could like be like, you know, Ireland fan, Wales fan, Ireland fan. You could like seat them like that, and like it'd be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, is this ever going to change? Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's
hard to really tell, to be honest. Like
racism cannot go on forever. You know what I mean?
But I feel
like in 100 years' time, like obviously things will evolve, social media will evolve. Like, there will be no Twitter. It'll be like Mitter, and it'll be like, you'll need to show an ID before you start saying anything. But like, there has to be like online police coming soon, you know.
But the thing about racism is it's inherited. Like, when you're born and you're 2 or 3, you don't go, I don't like that kid because he's Asian, or I don't like that kid because he's black.
Yeah.
Your like parents must have like said something, or someone who influences you at a young age must have said like, oh, they're different to us, don't like them. No one like grows up and is naturally racist. Like, it's not a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was listening to Flex and Rants. They do the United Stand. They're saying that like a lot of the time you can hear people being racist in the stadiums, but like those two lads are black themselves, and they're like, you can hear racist slurs towards on the pitch, but like they're sitting there in the crowd as well.
It's absolutely farcical that in 2019 people are still getting away with racial slurs.
Well, the thing is, the fans in the crowds, they shout it just to put people off. Like, I remember that, like, you'd slag Rooney, be like, you fat fuck, and then like, you bald fuck, and all the shit. But like when you start slagging the skin and stuff, it's just real like, it's like, Jesus, like, they like, what's going through their heads? You know, they have like every colleague in Ireland would have like someone from a different country and stuff. And the way the world is now, like, look at Ireland, for instance, the amount of underage players that like are black. It's where does it stop?
The whole world is integrating. You know what I mean? Like, society's integrating. Like,
look at the French team. Look at the French team. I think like over 18 of them were black.
Yeah.
And then if you were the stereotype of French person, you'd think it was like some fella with sort of black hair and a bag of onions and a fucking twisty mustache. You know what I mean? Like, and then an Irish person, you think of a ginger.
The world's a versatile place. You know what I mean? Like, just because your skin's one colour doesn't actually mean you're from somewhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's the way it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, you have Dave McGoldrick, you have Cyrus Christie, you have Callum Robinson. You know what I mean? They're
Darren Randolph,
and they all play for Ireland. You know what I mean? This is just the way the world is now. You like, your skin colour does not define your nationality, and your nationality is not defined by your skin colour, and that's just the world we live in now. And like, I don't understand why people have an issue with it. You know what I mean? It's like, being introduced to someone and deciding, you know what, I hate this person before I've even said hello to them.
Yeah.
So like, I always feel like you should be judged on the merit of your personality and like the merit of your values. And at the end of the day, Marcus Rashford seems like a young, hard-working lad who like came through the ranks of Manchester United, and you know, I mean, I'm not going to say he deserves the money on because I don't feel any footballer deserves the money on, but like he deserves to be in the position he's in for Manchester United. Pogba, as much as like I like him, I feel like I can see someone like giving him a bit of stick, but like racial abuse is just never acceptable at any stage.
Yeah. But people say shit like that to get to you. You know, they're not going to be like, that t-shirt's too big, ha ha ha. So
yeah,
they want to really like cut you in half.
Yeah, but
to make themselves feel better about themselves.
Yeah, but them cutting him down like is only making them look worse to everyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, they want the notoriety of him responding and stuff. They want the response, you know.
I know they want the response, but like when you get a response to something so vile, and
I know,
so, like that's not what you're looking for.
I know,
and I honestly can't believe it. And I'm sure every black footballer and every probably Asian player in the Premier League has probably been racially abused at some stage.
Yeah. Do you think before, like about 10 years ago, when social media wasn't really a thing, people would actually write letters to the footballers and be like, "I hate you." Like,
sure,
leave our country.
Neil Lennon, when he was manager of Celtic, was getting death threats.
Yeah, like sectarianism and stuff. Yeah.
So like, I'm sure they've all gotten death threats, and I'm sure like Jamie Carragher's probably got death threats from Man United fans, and like Roy Keane and Gary Neville probably got death threats from Liverpool fans. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the way it is, and like that's scary as well because people are like threatening your family.
Yeah. Do you think the best option is that from now on, like Manchester United are meant to be arranging a meeting with Twitter? I think this probably goes on with loads of different clubs, but because Man United are so big, it's like right, it has to be addressed. Yeah, no,
it has to be addressed.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Do you think from now on Twitter should just be like, right, like really see everyone who's on Twitter, like they're on Twitter already now? But you think for the new people coming on, they have to like show a passport picture and stuff, just so you can make all these fake accounts?
I think you're gonna have to do something. I don't think you can get away with like being so abusive and trying to like bring some down, because like I could be doing that to Tom down the road and like bullying him every single day and saying the harsh thing possible every day, and like every time he blocks my account I set up a new account, you know what I mean, and I try to make his life miserable. And there's nothing that Twitter can do to stop me doing that at the moment, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's just not fair.
I know. I don't think Twitter realised how big they're going to get, you know.
No.
So it's probably really hard to police that. But like this stuff needs
to they're owned by Facebook, so like surely they can get around that now.
Twitter owned for Facebook, are they?
Yeah.
So Facebook owned Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah. I think so.
I don't think Twitter. No, I think they're separate.
Okay.
Let us know anyway. Is there anything else to say in this, Ross? I'm just like,
Google that there, will you?
You're gonna have to Google it. I can't put that mic down.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like when you're watching the football, like I just enjoy going, watching, having a few points, enjoying the football. Even though Man United are letting us down as always, but like I'm just going for a bit of crack. And there's never at one stage I'm like calling someone out for their skin color. I mean, like the majority of the best players in the league are not white. You know what I mean? So like, why are people watching this? There's such a hatred towards people of different nationalities. Crazy thing. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought we'd cover this. Like, really, the football shows are enjoyable. It's just like this is one of the main things that came up, and each week we have to cover like the main topic, you know. But I
know Twitter ball fine. That's what I knew they linked with someone at some stage.
Bino,
very me.
Bino off the ball,
very me. But yeah, should we have a look at the weekend's results? Did anyone shock you?
Yeah. Also, by the way, I made a mistake last week. The Europa and UEFA Champions League draws it this week, not last week. Oh,
Baz, man.
I know, man.
Like, I was sitting there on Friday being like, who are we playing?
I know, man. I know. No, because I'm meant to be going off to Manchester and I think we're going to have to change our flights.
Are you actually?
I think so, yeah. It depends. Like, it depends on the Europa League draw. I'm just like, bro was like, oh, here, man. I'm like, because remember last time when he booked flights, he booked them to Birmingham or something. Like, that's why I shouldn't have. Yeah. That's why you book everything.
Yeah, that's why I normally book it.
Yeah.
So, from the weekend, Liverpool spanked Arsenal 3-1. That was actually very impressive. Salah looked like on absolute fire again. That Arsenal midfield and defence is shocking, isn't it? It is
I knew going into that game, I was like, do you know what? Liverpool are not going to concede unless they play a high line.
Yeah.
And then, but the thing is, you know what I've noticed now? Once they go 3 or 4-0 up, they sort of take the foot off the gas.
Yeah.
And then that's how they conceded the goal.
Come here to me. Do you think Emery is making an absolute farcical decision not starting Lacazette, Aubameyang and Pepe?
I don't know, maybe he's just trying to fit them all in and just see what the story is.
I just think for me, I'm just like, here, look, they're the 3 best players you have. Get them all on the pitch and like hopefully they'll score a few goals. I mean, let everyone else do the defending.
I think he went into that game very cautious. Remember, Pepe went through at the beginning. He could have actually, like, if he had scored, it would have been a different game. But here, Mo Salah is just running amok.
Yeah.
Best player in the league after
Pookie.
After Pookie, yeah, but best player in the league ever since Eden Hazard left. Even though I thought Salah was better.
Yeah, no, definitely. The only other player who could question that is maybe Raheem Sterling at the moment. Phenomenal. 5 goals so far in 3 games. Yeah. City beat Bournemouth as expected. United lost to Crystal Palace. That was actually shocking. I'm convinced as a United fan. Very non-biased opinion, but they probably should have got at least 2 more penalties than they already got. Although it's grand because Rashford probably would have missed them and he would have been racially abused. And Pogba would have missed one and then he would have been racially abused. And then Martial would have hit one and he would have scored but still been racially abused.
I can't believe, they have so far I have had 3 penalties, scored 1, missed 2, and like,
shocking. And then we scored the one that didn't actually matter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, well, it did matter at the time. It was 0-0. But here, I'll start off on Friday night. I watched Aston Villa against Everton. First of all, brilliant game, end to end. Aston Villa, those fans are fucking brilliant. Like, fair play to them getting back.
Fans.
Yeah, fair play to them getting back into the Premier League.
Yeah, it's nice to have Birmingham Club in there as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Then, as you said, Chelsea won 3-2 against Norwich. Pookie back in the score sheet. He must be a decent get on your fantasy football team.
Yeah.
And Tabby Abraham scored twice as well. He was getting racially abused as well.
Yeah, there's another player.
Yeah, someone said Chelsea wonder kid or something. I was like, I wouldn't really call him that, would you?
No, well, in fairness, he's 21, but I'd more so call like Mason Mount the Chelsea wonder kid.
Yeah, here, by the way, Jesse Lingard keeps getting referred to as a young player. He's 26. I mean,
I just think he could be even 27.
Oh no, I thought he was 27.
But
but actually I had to Google it because I was like, because someone else goes, no, he's 25, and I was like,
oh, you know what? Someone did it the other day. They were like, England have these young up-and-coming players. They were like Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham,
that was it,
Jesse Lingard. And I was like, Lingard, what?
Yeah, that was definitely it. Yeah. Then Brighton lost 2-0 to Southampton. United obviously lost 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Do you know Daniel James, after he scored in the 89th minute, went off to the corner? He was like, yeah, and the lads were like, get back, we're trying to get the winner, man. Like,
yeah.
Great finish by him. Anyway,
top corner.
Yeah,
solid.
Jeez, United need to sort themselves out. United are like a couple of big injuries away from like dropping out of the top 6. Like if Pogba drops out, if Rashford drops out, or if Harry Maguire drops out, we're in serious trouble. Like Luke Shaw's out now, and then Ashley Young's come back into the team.
100%.
Leicester City won 2-1 away to Sheffield United. Leicester City have
looking
a
very good to crack the top
team.
6.
They have a serious.
Yeah, their starting 11's very good, but I don't think they have much past that.
Yeah, just very young, hungry players. Watford lost 3-1 to West Ham. We discussed Liverpool beating Arsenal 3-1. That was a good game.
You know what I can see United doing? I see United like treating Leicester as Liverpool treated Southampton, and when like James Maddison next, I mean like, right, who's your next good player?
Yeah.
We'll buy them.
Yeah, United are going to have to do that transition that Liverpool did.
Yeah.
And then let's see what happens after. I know we discussed Man City beating Bournemouth 3-1, but your man Wilson, he's on loan from Liverpool.
That free kick.
Yeah, but even last week he scored an unbelievable goal. The way it's, and then he scored a fucking brilliant goal against Man City there, that free kick. The way he hits it is the way like Rashford thinks he's going to hit it at free kicks. Rashford is brutal at free kicks.
Didn't he score free kicks against United last year?
Didn't he for Derby? He knocked him out, yeah. Then Newcastle won 1-0 away from Tottenham. Going into this game,
Barry had Harry Kane.
I made Harry Kane
triple
captain, and I was like, "Oh, this is such a devious plan." And then they lost 1-0, and I was like, "Are you a joke?"
So Barry has now been sacked from his own team.
I've been sacked from a fantasy football team, and then Wolves drew 1-0 with Burnley as well. Burnley actually.
It was like a 90-minute goal, wasn't it? Jimenez.
Yeah, 90 plus 7 minutes.
Burnley. Grand, I have Jimenez in my fantasy football team.
Whoop you up. Raul Jimenez, yeah. And then Ashley Barnes should have got a couple of goals there.
I actually think he scored like 4 goals this season already.
Yeah, he's one of the top goal scorers, yeah.
Him and Pookie.
Yeah.
I think it's Pookie and Sterling with 5, isn't it?
Yeah. Shout out to Ronald Leary, who's still winning fantasy football. He's on 210 points.
Unreal.
Yeah, who's close to him?
I think
Sean Daly. Sean Daly is 2 points off him.
Or lower than 11th.
Ross is actually coming joint turn. He's come 13th. You
all right. I was probably 11th at one stage.
Yeah. We'll go into this weekend's fixtures. United are away to Southampton on Saturday, 12:30.
you know what? Southampton actually looked all right in the last game. I'm just going to say Man United will win because like they should.
Yeah, I'm going to go Man U. Chelsea versus Sheffield United.
Oh, Chelsea win 2-0.
I'll go Chelsea. Palace versus Aston Villa. Draw.
I'll go Palace win.
I'll go draw. Leicester versus Bournemouth.
Leicester win 2-1.
Man City, unstoppable.
Against Brighton.
Yeah.
Oh, 5-0. City.
10-0. Newcastle versus Watford.
Draw.
I'll go draw. West Ham versus Norwich.
Draw.
Pookie. 1-1 Pookie.
2-2. 2 for Pookie.
Burnley versus Liverpool, 5:30.
Oh no, Liverpool win 3-2. I think. I think Burnley might grab a few goals.
That's. I'll go 2-2. Oh, I don't know actually.
Draw.
No, 3-2. 3-2 Liverpool. Yeah, good show. Super Sunday. Everton versus Wolves at 2:00.
2-2.
Yeah, I'll go draw. And then Arsenal versus Tottenham at 4:30.
Oh jeez. 3-1 Spurs.
I'll go Arsenal. Oh no, I'll go Arsenal 2-1. Yeah, so as we said earlier, the Europa League draw is going to be made on Friday, and the Champions League draw is going to be made on Thursday.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks a million for watching.
Yep.
Like, share, subscribe, and as always,
Stay energized.
stay energized.